Garrett Scott LG. Where do I even start? 2 years ago at this time, you were receiving a big platter of cookies that spelled out your name and hearts all around it. You didn't even know me yet, but of course you got to know me very shortly after. In fact, I believe it was that night, February 14th, 2009. This day changed my life forever, all because of you. We have come so far since that very special day. Every day, every month, every year, I fall in love with you more and more. I don't know how I got through each day before I met you. You helped me through any bump in the road. I can't even believe all the memories we have made together. Just think, it all started with you asking for my hand and putting your arm around me. Ever since then, my life seems pretty near perfect. It's crazy looking back in time. I can't even believe how awkward we were around each other for the first few months. Look at us now. We are practically glued at the hip. Every chance we get, we spend together. We can talk for hours and hours and not run out of things to talk about. I'll never forget all of the late-night conversations we have had, especially the first one. We talked for hours and hours about many things and what we wanted in our relationship. We were on the phone by around 9 p.m., and the next minute, I looked over at the clock and it read 3 a.m. I was so lost in you that I didn't even think about time. All the small things that you do for me mean the most to me. I don't need material things in my life to make me happy. Just you. Your love is the only thing that I need, because without that, I'd be very sad. I am so thankful to have a book full of memories, starting with the first few months that we were dating, writing all the sweet notes to each other during school and passing them to each other during classes, since we only had biology together. I think I lost focus the last semester in that class because I sat in the back, lost in you. But of course, I don't regret it one little bit. It was a once-in-a-lifetime chance. P.S. The Tonka toys are the best. And yes, Donkey Kong plays cards on Friday, generally speaking. That's something that I did take away from that class. Thank you, sweetie. Our very first prom together was absolutely stunning. I loved how you were driving me at the age of 15, and you weren't really supposed to be. But oh well, it's said and done now. Thank goodness we were safe. After school was out, the summer of 2009 was a blast. I loved being able to spend the sunny days with you in the pool, and just taking it easy. I can't even believe that we got to spend a day at Myrtle Beach together 4 months after we started dating. That was probably one of the most favorite days in my life. I loved jumping the waves with you, and you picking me up so they wouldn't go over my head. I loved you holding me in your arms on the edge of the pool for 2 hours, just talking to each other and enjoying the moment. The biggest thing that stands out in my head about the beach is us going parasailing together. I loved being in that setting with you. The view was gorgeous, and it was like we were in our own little world, right over the ocean. It was so peaceful. When summer faded, it was time for homecoming, our very first homecoming. I loved just us going and picking out our cheetah attire. We had such a blast. I swear we matched perfect, and we'd done that all in like 15 minutes. We had so much luck that day. I loved dancing in your arms. I know I had to get you a little used to dancing, but after that, it all went smooth. I enjoyed my senior year standing on the sideline cheering on my quarterback. It was picture perfect when I think back. It reminds me of The Perfect Couple in Taylor Swift's songs, the homecoming queen dating the quarterback, and we didn't even try to make that happen. The names mean nothing, and of course we know that, but it is so amazing. I loved our little pink notebook we had. I look back at it every now and then. My senior year was amazing. I loved you walking me to class and just knowing you were in the same building as I was. That way if I needed you, you were footsteps away. I loved that security. Every morning I would always give you gum throughout the day. I swear I did that every day. When it turned winter, it was amazing. We had so many days off school. I loved snow football, making big glasses of hot chocolate, and making you chili cheese fries. Oh yeah, do you remember that works bomb outside? That was hilarious. Wow, life seemed as if it couldn't get any better. On March 16th, 2010, it went downhill within hours. It really goes to show how quickly life can change. Between first and second period at 8:50 I talked to you, and I was completely fine. By 9:30 I was leaving school in major pain. I didn't know what could be wrong. I thought maybe it was just a flu, so I didn't even bother going to your class to tell you that I was sick and that I was leaving. even though you were straight across the hallway. Hours later, my life was almost taken. This has proven to us that even if we have little fights, which is rare, that it's just better to always make up and drop it, because we never know when God will want to bring us home. The first time I saw you while I was in the hospital bed, I was so happy. I was in a dead sleep and then woke up to your smiling face. It was the best feeling ever. I never can thank you enough for putting up with me and walking me around the hospital lap after lap for a quick recovery. I was so upset that I could hardly talk to you because of that tube that was stuck inside my nose and down my throat. It killed me inside just because I wanted to have a normal conversation with you. Thank you for listening to me cry for almost a month straight. Well, 1 week short of a month. I was in so much pain that I personally can't even describe. Every day that I laid in bed, I just wanted to have a normal life and be in school with you. But I knew I couldn't have that, and that's what hurt the most. I lived for the moment you got here each and every day. I would lay in bed and watch the clock turn minute for minute at times, sometimes hour by hour. I usually tried to make myself sleep until I got to see your bright smiling face. You really don't even know how much you helped me pull through the recovery. You were the number one person that I would listen to. All of your inspiration got me back on my feet. You always knew what to say and how to say it so it wouldn't upset me. Because no one knows me the way that you do. I was so thankful when my decision itched that you would take a Q-tip and rub around it with a rubbing alcohol. Thank you again for putting up with everything that came with the surgery. P.S. Sorry about the pink penguin pants. The night of the WVU Final Four game was so much fun for me. Everyone was at the house, and it felt as if it were a great big celebration. I'll never forget us eating pancakes. Oh, and by the way, I kept up with you, but unfortunately, it didn't agree with me. Thank you for all of the help with all my makeup work for school. I couldn't have done it without you. After missing 3 weeks, I was finally able to come back to school. I miss giving you a great big hug and kiss every day at my car when the bell rang at 3:06. I was so happy when I was able to get my life back to normal. Although it was very hard for me to come back as soon as I did done it all for you, and the sake that I only had around a month left of school. I wanted to spend the last month coming sitting on the bleachers every morning and seeing each other throughout the day like we always did. I'm so glad that God provided me with a motivation like you. Pushing for a speedy recovery was the best thing you and I ever done. If we wouldn't have, prom may have been out of the question. But with all of our willpower combined, we made it happen. 2 weeks out of surgery, and we were looking at tuxes for prom. God is good. No matter what, He is always looking down. Prom was so much fun. The limo made it the best prom ever. I'm so glad I was able to jump around and act like my normal self. I could even do the bungee strap at after prom. And like you told me, I was even able to ride roller coasters on my senior trip, even when the rest of the world was telling me I probably wouldn't be able to. As my senior year came down to a boil, I realized I was going to miss you tremendously when I had graduated, but we agreed the absence would make the heart grow fonder. The first week of college, my heart felt empty. I had a lot of tears my first few weeks, and it was hard to get used to. But now we're used to it. We understand that it's for our future, and that we wouldn't want it any other way. Not to mention, it makes every minute we spend together that much more cherishable. It reminds each one of us how lucky we are to have such a great relationship. I have enjoyed all of the wonderful events with you, including birthdays, Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, 4th of July, and there's probably more, but that's all I can think of for now. While I read this letter, I just feel like it will never end. If I went through everything, it would take me forever. Our countless trips to random places, such as Chinese, Walmart, Ruby Tuesdays, Cold Stone, McDonald's, Wendy's, Arby's, Burger King, Choo Choo's, Pizza Hut, bowling, and everywhere else we may have went, are the best. I love just being able to talk to each other and enjoy the ride, or blasting the music and rocking out. Now that's completely priceless. Thank you for putting up with my OCD. I know that I'm always cleaning and having you help me here and there, and I know it may get annoying at times, but at least when we get older, we will have a clean house. It won't be a rude awakening that we have to clean, do laundry, dishes, take out the trash, and run the vacuum. I also want to take the time to thank you for helping me with Miss Town and Country Days. It couldn't have been successful without you. You helped me down to the T and didn't complain once. You only listened and gave great advice. After all, you are the best boyfriend ever. You are truly the biggest blessing in my life, and I pray to God that I will always have you until death will do us part. But even then, we will be dancing in heaven and laying on the beautiful clouds. I promise it'll be amazing. But until then, we can be forever young and live our life for now, not worry about the future. Take one day at a time and enjoy every moment of our life. You have gave the word love a true meaning in my heart, and it will stay there forever. No one will ever touch my heart the way you have. No one could or would ever replace you, Garrett Scott. I love the way you make me so happy and the ways you show you care. I love the way you say I love you and the way you're always there. I love the way you touch me, always sending chills down my spine. I love that you are with me and glad that you are mine. I want to wish you a happy Valentine's Day and a happy second anniversary. I can't wait for every anniversary after this one, and of course all the special Valentine days. Let's make all the memories we can, so they will last forever and ever. I love you with all of my heart, Garrett Scott. Hugs and kisses, sealed with all the love in my heart. Your Valentine, Kenzie Paige.
Me finding you, someone had a hand in it.